All right, guys, here we are starting on page 42, and this one's very simple. It says, write a sentence to answer each question. So how do you begin a sentence? I am going to assist you with the words, but you're going to write this in cursive, okay? So I'm not going to use my pen for this page. So, how do you begin a sentence? Well, does anybody know? Hint, you start with a capital letter, okay? Next, what kind of cursive letters begin the months of the year? Well, what kind of capital letters begin any noun or proper noun? Capital letters, they are proper nouns. So, capital P, capital D, capital everything. What's the difference between the cursive uppercase letters T and F? So they look very similar. I don't know if you have done that yet, so I'll actually answer this for you. I will draw them out, but you need to explain what the difference is, okay? So I'm going to draw the cursive T and the cursive F, and then you draw them, and then tell me the difference between it. So the cursive T is just like this, a little curve up here, come down, stop the middle line. Okay, that's the T. The F, a little cursive thing, line right here, curve down, come to line. But then I do this. That makes a cursive capital F. So tell me the difference between these two things. Okay? Now, on to the next page. You answer every question. Luckily, there's nothing for you to trace on here, but yes, this should all be written in cursive. Now they ask you that because of this. Now we're tracing capital letters. Look at that. Okay? Now, cursive for me feels extremely easier because they're just bigger. They take up more space, so you don't have to focus on the small little curves. You just have big curves. Okay? So it says all uppercase letters are tall letters. Tall letters should touch the top line. So, of course, they're going to touch the bottom, but they all touch the top line. They're capital. So let's go ahead and trace those for you. I'm going to trace all these capital letters for you just so you know how to form them properly, because I don't think we've really done capitals quite yet. So the capital A looks just like the lowercase a, except it's huge. Okay? And B starts at the top here, comes down, loops back around, B, boom. H. Now this one you're going to pick up your pen. You're going to do the line like that, okay? Then you're going to come back at the top here, come down, loop around, then give it a tail. Capital H is a letter that you have to pick up your pen on. Now D is a little tricky. I do mine differently because I don't like the way this one looks, but I will show you this because this is technically the proper way. So you start here at the top, come down, loop back around, and do like that. To me, that looks like an O. That's just why I like doing mine like this. You'll know how to do yours with a cursive D. I come down like this, come back up, give it a tail, and then do that. It looks a lot neater. It wants it to be slanted, but I like having this part straight because it just looks a lot nicer. And this is a capital E. Loop in the middle, and come back up. Okay, F. I showed you that earlier. A nice little curve. You come down, and you cross through it. I actually messed up on my F earlier because I made the tail too big. So see, teachers make mistakes too. Everybody does. And then that cursive I, you start at the bottom, loop around, and give it a tail. Okay? It says letters with descenders go below the bottom line. So descend means to go down, and these are below the bottom line. So this is a capital J. You start at the bottom, come up, go down, and come out. This is a capital Z. It says that little knot there. And capital Y. Pretty much the same thing, except the U shape takes up the whole side. All right. And it says, look at the letters below. Circle the letters that are the correct size and shape. Well, I am going to X out all the ones that are wrong, and we're going to trace the rest. Okay. Actually, I'm tell you what, this one is going to mess you up too much. So this is what I want you to do. A lot of these are the right size and shape, but they're just not on the right line. So I'm going to say ignore this section. Teachers, if you want your students to do this, you can. But mine, do what I'm doing here and cross it out. I don't want you doing this part because my main focus is teaching you how to write it correctly, and that means tracing them. Okay? So now I'm going down to the next page. Back to A, some more practice. Good, capital letters. Now, get that back up. All right. Capital A. Again, start at the top. Come down, loop around, give it a tail. Top, come down, loop around, give it a tail. Top, come down, loop around, give it a tail. Just like that, okay? And then I want you to do the same thing on the bottom, underneath each of them. You know that by now. It should be instinct or instinctive that you should do that, okay? O, capital O, start at the bottom, come down, go back up, give a tail that touches the top. It's just like the lowercase o, except it's not staying under the bottom line. It's going all the way to the top because top letters, capital letters, touch the top line, okay? You see that little tail is not going past the top line. It's touching it, but it's not going above it. If I recall, I don't believe any letters go above the top line. I could be mistaken, but I don't think I am. Okay, then you trace one underneath each of those. Boom, nice and pretty. And again, I'm doing every other word, but you do all of them. All of them. I'll say that until I'm blue in the face, but y'all couldn't tell because you don't see my face. A-L-I-C-E. Put down my I. Alice lives in I-N. And I'm going to do Alaska just because I loved Alaska. I visited Alaska last Christmas. It was beautiful. Okay. Period. Alice lives in Alaska. Ollie. Oh. See. Okay. So capital letter. This one you had to pick it up. Okay. O. L. L. I. E. Ollie lives in Oregon. And you see how these two aren't connected? There's even a space right there because the capital O, you stop. O-R-E-G-O-N. All right. You write those and you trace the word or write the word underneath each of them. Okay. Makes it very simplistic. All right. Next down to the next one, which I think is page 45. And it should be my fourth page, if I'm not mistaken. C and E. Very, very simple letters. Most cursive is simple, but these are extraordinarily simple. I hit the wrong button. There we go. All right, so C, just like the lowercase, except it touches the top line. Except there's a small little difference if you notice right here. There's a small straight little line, and you come down, come back up. That's it. Line, and pretty much big curves. Line and big curves. That tail stops at the middle line, okay? Tail stops at the middle line. And you trace underneath all of those, which should be very simple. And as you can tell, none of these C's go below the bottom line. None of them go above the top line. They start at the top and at the middle. Same thing with the cursive E. There's a little mark right there. You start down, come around, loop in the middle, come up. Down, come around, loop in the middle, come back up. And if you haven't noticed, this is pretty much just a backwards 3. Except it's the letter E. Ha, that rhymed. All right. 3, E, coming around. 3, E, coming around. 3, E, coming around. And do the same thing. Trace underneath each of those. 3, E. Woo! Make sure your tail goes up. I messed up on that one. It's okay. I fixed it. All right. Then you trace these sentences and then you rewrite them for yourself. All right. It says Cecilia wants to visit China. That sounds like a nice place to visit. Cecilia, C E C I L Y. Cecilia wants to visit China. H-I-N-A. All right. You trace all those, and then you rewrite them for yourself. Edward went to England. That sounds nice. I would love to go to England. Edward went, W-E-N, went to, whoops, I already traced the whole thing, didn't even notice. England. E-N-G-L-A-N-D. Curve, period. And then you rewrite that on the bottom. All right, that should be on 4 pages for this section. I will see y'all for the next one. Bye-bye.